Welcome back to Foot in Mouth. The season is over. Finally, the season is over. I guess in a way it ended a few weeks ago. But now that the dust has settled, boys, how are we feeling? How do we feel about how the teams went out?
First of all, it's very cold.
Yeah, it's very, bear that in mind. If we're not
And
too
Spons is
lively.
back, yes, and Spons is back.
Yeah, welcome back, Swans.
But it's cold. It's very cold.
Firstly, what
Fuck
would
that
you
season.
rate the season, though? I saw a lot of people saying that it's like one of the best seasons
I
ever.
think this was one of the best seasons. Bro.
Is it?
Yeah.
Solid 3 out of 5.
I was gonna say, I can't say that when I keep seeing City win the league, bro. I know Arsenal almost. I think if Arsenal won the season, then
Arsenal won the
it
league,
would have been a
Yeah,
major
it was.
fucking.
But the fact that we gave City a good run so unexpectedly.
Yeah, true. That
And
does
not
make
only
it.
that, Brighton coming
I mean,
into the
someone had
Europa
to-
League,
someone had to
Aston
do it.
Villa coming through with Unai Emery, Fulham defying all odds. Like this
There were,
was
there were a lot of
season
cool moments. True.
I think the season was a solid 8 out of 10. I'll give it an 8.
8 out of
I think
10.
if Arsenal took it, it would have been a 9, 10. But I think it was an 8 out of 10 minimum.
I'll give it a 7.
There were a lot of
7,
shocks.
8 out of
Chelsea
10.
spent huge money and literally
Yeah,
went
fair
this
enough.
close to a
Fair
relegation
enough. Now you say
battle.
all of that. It's
There was a lot of shit
There was a lot
happening
of
this
lot of
season,
things
yeah.
happened.
Bruh,
But
Ivan Tony's betting scandal, like it was on
Actually,
the
yeah,
pitch,
there's a
off
lot-
the
and
pitch
I'm-
this
it's kind of
season.
mad that they're releasing. Well, not mad, but it's like it's quite interesting to see the deets of that actual
Yeah.
betting. Like what he bet, he asked his brother to bet on him going to another or scoring against another club or
Bruh,
something.
he bet on his own team losing when he
he?
was at Newcastle.
Yeah,
Oh no way.
that's very hectic.
That is hectic.
It's bad, bro.
Fair enough.
Shout
When
out
you
Gigi.
Yeah,
Shout out GG. Yes, we got
when
a
you lay it
new-
all out, it is a hella eventful season.
It was
I
an
can't
eventful
season.
season.
Argue with that. And I mean, you could even say the World Cup was part of the eventful
It was
season.
part of the season, bruh. That World Cup changed so many club seasons.
So I will say, yeah, it was a pretty good. I'll say it's a pretty good season. I'll give it an 8 or 9. Fair enough. Maybe not the best season ever, but definitely a good
Yeah,
season.
look, not the. I think
Yeah.
best season ever. Once like there's another Leicester type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That
that's
was
true.
special,
That was one
bro.
hell
And
of a
speaking
season.
of Leicester, from champions to championship.
Unlucky.
Boys.
I
Yeah,
mean, not in direct. You know, not.
No, it is unlucky because look, since their owner unfortunately passed away in that helicopter incident, like it was always gonna be a struggle,
So bizarre still, eh?
bruh.
Fuck.
They-
Literally
they-
right outside the stadium, bro.
It was an uphill battle
Yeah,
for
bro.
them.
Like
Mm.
like
As he
he
was leaving,
they basically crashed in the parking lot.
Oh,
it was bad, bro.
R.I.P.
But yeah, they are going down. We're gonna get
what they-
more into the clubs that are coming up and clubs that have gone down later on. Sorry, Ethan, what did you want to ask?
I say, wait, Leicester. When did they win the league again? It wasn't that long ago.
2017. Wasn't it 17?
2016?
That's not
16,
that long ago.
17.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
To go from winning the
That's
league.
what I'm saying, bro. Look, a lot of those players are still there. Like, yes, they lost Mahrez and they lost Maguire and and Kante obviously.
Yeah.
The team did get picked apart, but
say
even after they lost those players, they were still
Yeah, they
decent
were still doing well.
for
yeah.
a while, bro.
And
like,
the sad thing is though, they were still like making good players like Tillemans and Madison and
Yeah.
shit. They are still good players.
Roger
in that
still
Leicester
gave them
team.
that FA Cup. Okay, he brought them the FA Cup.
bro, he did.
Like that, they were on the bad
And
side.
that was last season.
yeah,
Hectic.
it's not a bad side.
This
Like-
has got to be one of the most dramatic fall-offs ever, right?
Yeah,
Shout out to Everton for making it.
just
Yeah,
making
just
it,
making
bro.
it.
Because
the
I
skin
mean,
of their team.
they,
Just
would have been in
making
the.
it.
I mean, we would have been talking about
What-
them in the same light as Leicester.
True.
Like, they shouldn't be there.
True.
Yeah,
But I mean,
that's football
Everton
heritage.
lost like what one? They won 1-0. Like they literally won by 1 goal.
Classic Sean Dyche, brother.
Damn.
Classic. Now, next season, I've been panicking because next season, that means the Premier League's going to have Sean Dyche and Burnley, bro. Like, there's going to be some low blocks to break down.
Maybe we'll
brother.
get more 0-0 draws next season because there weren't a lot of 0-0 draws. this
Spencer was
season.
talking about it, but these predictions, the last time you were here, you were predicting a few 0-0s.
I was just hoping for some PES football. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like
Sure,
just
man.
like tactical, play the game in a smart. Like I enjoy games like that also. Like goal thrillers are cool, but it's also cool watching the best perform at their best.
Yeah.
So when it's like immovable object meets whatever the
Unstoppable
saying-
force.
unstoppable
force,
whatever.
yeah, there
Yeah,
you go.
like I
That's the
think those
saying.
are cool, and I do like I'm also saying it from a Liverpool's perspective that once some clean sheets. 'cause Fuck.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you brought up goal thrillers because Liverpool versus
Oh, that's why
mother-
that's why we fucking innit?
Like, damn, bruh.
Ach, we here to entertain.
What a way to go out. Bobby Firmino going out in style.
The best in the world.
Can I just ask,
yeah,
is he gonna be missed, Spons?
definitely.
Is he gonna be missed?
100%.
Because I know in the last 2 seasons he hasn't had that much game time because of injuries or whatever other reason. But like when he plays,
Well,
you
when
know
he-
he's there.
Yes, he makes other players better. He's obviously not the same. None of them are. They're not as good as they were 3 years ago. With regards to that front three, but he was the one that made them look better. And unfortunately, everything drops off. Man are human, but these contributions were still very vital, bro.
Yeah.
Like every goal he scored, especially in these latter stages now, were super important. It's not just a goal.
Now his last one, bro.
It meant something a lot. Before the, I mean, not even this game. The game before, the equalizer. Like, I mean, yeah. In grand scheme of things, it doesn't mean much. But you don't want to lose a game. So last game at Anfield. So he definitely will be missed. His presence off the field also, I think, is a massive loss.
I was gonna say, I feel like he's someone that's probably a big character in the dressing room.
Yeah, the whole no-look passes, no-look goals.
No-look
that like
signing.
like he plays the game like with a smile on his face. And
Yeah.
That's a massive cliche.
I mean, when you have teeth like that,
I'll wear the Bobby Dazzlers.
if you spend
I mean,
the money,
I would do it, bro. Like I'd fucking get those ASAP. But basically, when you think about how he contributes off the field as well, it's going to be very difficult for Liverpool we will miss him. I'm not going to say we can't
And
replace him because
Milner,
I feel
that's
like we
too big.
actually have replaced him already.
Yes, I think so too.
But they
It's
would
the
definitely still
personality.
miss them, yeah.
Him and Milner, those are two big personalities to be leaving the club. But I mean,
Apparently, Klopp wanted to keep Milner.
yeah.
I totally get that.
But the club itself in general...
I think
Just felt it's time to part ways.
And you know what? You have to trust the club, bro.
Yeah.
Like let's be honest, Liverpool don't make stupid decisions when it comes to letting players go or keeping them. They're pretty solid. You can trust them.
Who are you sadder to see leave?
Both of them, bro. To be honest, I wanted Milner to end his career at
Retire.
Liverpool. Like I wanted him to retire at Liverpool.
He should have.
Nah, but I think kudos to
Liverpool
him for
legend,
going
dude.
to Brighton now, because Brighton are literally going into the biggest moment of their club's history.
Yeah.
And the fact that they wanted him, that's a big compliment to
He's
him.
a good hand to have.
Yeah.
And B, I think, damn, bro, like who better to have in your squad, bro?
I
You know what I
know.
mean?
Bro, that man's still like the lactate.
Lactate?
What
I
the
He's
think
lactating.
I think it's called a lactate test or something like that. It's basically
Oh, I'd like to see that.
The
test.
lactic acid test or something like that, bro.
Something like that. I don't know, but it's basically the fitness test.
Okay.
That man's won it every year.
Is it?
He's leaving now, still holding the record of winning it every season.
But look at the shape his head is
that's
in,
basically
dog. Like,
he's basically the fittest oak in the side,
Bro.
Like what the fuck?
nah, that dude, he's insane.
I still think he has a lot
How
to
old? He's
offer.
34 now, 35.
Yeah.
What? No, he's like 37, 38, bro.
No shit.
He's like Ronaldo's age, bro.
I guess he is, Yeah, he is.
Wow.
Man is old.
Whoa. Nah, I think
Yeah, he was
next-
37 last. Like, I remember when Carragher was when we were going on that massive run, playing all those games. That was last season, and I think they were critting him a bit because he was still playing at left back and he was getting done a bit.
Well, just
and-
this season, we got cooked by Mudrik.
Yes.
And then I think Carragher was still he's 37 and he's played 3 games in the space of 2 weeks or a week and a half. Like, bro. Like,
No,
where?
it's hectic. He
Milner
really
will definitely be missed, as Bobby will. But I don't feel we've left massive holes. I think players coming in the youngsters are coming in should fill up nicely.
And McAllister?
And at the grand scheme of things, I'm gonna cross on it now before you even ask the question or whatever. So Europa League, Thursday nights, football, fucking Thursday nights. Okay. So Liverpool's in
Men's
Europa.
football.
I think obviously banter side, no, whatever, fuck you guys. I don't like that orange, that brownie orange. Oh, that
You were letting me have it with the Europa
Yeah.
League song all
Yeah,
season.
yeah,
You
yeah.
love
So
that
now
song, though.
All season long.
I'm gonna sing it loud and proud. But like,
He's going to be doing
Having
Lewandowski TikToks too.
having said that, we got these young players, and they need to now fill the shoes of these other guys. That
big
competition is the perfect competition for
Yeah,
them to
that's true.
step into
That is
to
true.
actually do that, because it's Europe. It's not as big as Champions League. We obviously gonna have our main focus of the main squad on the league. So get your get players like Kelly, was he going? Is he going now? Now I think we have a better reason to keep him, because no one wants to be number 2 for the whole season. But now that we're in Europa, he's definitely gonna play him. Not gonna play the Champions League, obviously, but play in Europa. Keep Alisson for for the league. So there's a lot of positives. I know.
Yeah,
I'm now maybe grasping at straws here, clutching.
No, it has always
But
been
there
one of
is
the
those
biggest
positives.
drawing factors of the Europa League. I remember seeing it with Arsenal all the time, especially the group stages. That's when
Yeah.
you see the kids, bro. You
So-
start to really see the potential in the team, and it gives other first team players the opportunity to actually, give the manager selection.
Yeah. So I think to answer the question in a whole, who's going to replace him? Will we miss him? We will. That question will be answered when it comes to Europa League time, Thursday nights.
Yeah. But in the league now, obviously that last game was a doozy 4-4.
Yeah.
Mad excitement. I think there were a lot of fucking exciting
Bro,
games
there
to
was so
close
many
out the season.
mistakes.
They were.
No, there were mistakes.
Is it?
No, we were playing the fucking misplaced passing. Bobby scoring a goal, yeah, but losing it in the midfield and then straight counter attack. We wide open, they score. Henderson coming on off the bench to try and give some.
Trent's
stability.
assist for Gakpo's goal though.
Nah, it was sick. But I mean, it's Trent. Trent's always on the.
Yeah.
When it comes to his assists, it's always cool. But yeah, giving the ball away gave two silly goals away, two easy goals away that I counted that I can just think back off the top of my head.
Ward-Prowse's goal wasn't a silly one though. I was just surprised Alisson was beat by it.
I mean, again, we were still wide open, bro. Like, it wasn't a. I'm gonna say vintage, but it wasn't on par with our recent performance.
Of course.
Like it was. I feel like we didn't dominate the game. They were. Yeah, I
They
mean,
fought,
we
bro.
were playing fucking relegation side.
Yeah, a relegated side.
Relegated side, sorry. And we looked like we were as I would say on the beach already.
That also looked a bit like a Ward-Prowse's last game, eh? I
Wow.
think he's pretty convinced that offers are gonna come in and he's gonna take one, bro.
I'm sure an offer will come in.
Again,
He's
he's
gonna
too,
take it.
Yeah, he's too good to play in the
Yeah, in the
in the
championship.
championship.
And obviously now that didn't do much for your league position.
Yeah. Again, if you ask me fifth place like 2 months ago. I'd
Yeah,
put me
exactly.
out of
It
the-
didn't look likely.
So we deserve it, but at the same time, we must look at it. It could have been a lot worse for us to end fifth. And I mean, look at the amount of games we want to get there.
Yeah.
It's still technically achievement. Again, clutching.
Didn't Liverpool
reaching
go
a
on
bit.
like a 7-win streak or something?
Yeah, bro. So
The only other team we've seen do that is City.
to get
And
that
Arsenal.
is. Yeah,
Not
don't
this
forget.
season.
This season.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah,
season. Before the
definitely.
World Cup, yeah.
They challenged for the title. Let's not forget what
I know,
Arsenal
so-
achieved
so,
this
so
season.
long ago.
The friends they made. Fucking hell.
Okay. What you rating Liverpool season out of 10, Spons?
A solid 3.
Even with the comeback.
Yeah, it would have
Damn.
been. It would have been. Yeah, maybe I can give him a 4,
I,
4 to 5. I mean, 4 to 10.
I understand probably from your standards as a Liverpool
It's not
fan.
nice. It's the club in general, bro. This is a huge knock. Like,
Yeah.
if you just think about it financially, like we need to compete against everyone else.
Mm.
Those clubs that they have money ready and are now playing in the Champions League.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Newcastle,
They have a head start now
they don't
again.
need the money, and now they're in the Champions
And
League.
now they have the leash taken off because now they're in the Champions League, so
Yeah.
financial fair play.
Exactly. So from that perspective, we are knocking ourselves back. Like, no, Europe is terrible. We still need
Yeah.
to play Europe, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's a big knock, and it's gonna have an effect whether we like it or not. We just need to try and ride the wave.
Play of the season?
For Liverpool,
Mhm.
Allison.
Fair.
Nice.
Very fair. I think that
choice.
is the right choice.
I mean, obviously,
I honestly
obviously
think-
Salah stepped up.
Nah, I think Alexander Arnold for me deserves a
No.
shout because of how he turned things around this season.
Look, if you want to look at based on pure numbers, there's too many negative numbers.
Yeah.
No, fair enough.
Like,
but
you
like
can't
I'm
question
saying,
his work rate. You can't question his desire. The fact that he doesn't go hiding. I mean, you're making mistakes
Yeah.
all over the field. But
I've
you
seen
still,
Allison make mistakes this season.
But you
But
still.
he's been
No,
rock solid,
that's what I'm
dude.
saying. I understand. I'm just saying for Alexander Arnold to turn it around at that point in Liverpool season when shit was at its lowest, he was the one man that was pushing
But
and
play
stepping
of
up.
the season has to be consistent.
The
I
whole
think
season,
Allison.
yeah.
I think Allison has
I've-
been
look, no,
the
fair
only
play,
the only
fair play.
rock in Liverpool's
I'm
defense
just saying I
has been
think
Allison.
Alexander Arnold
He's the only
deserves a shout.
Yeah, I mean, a shout out. Yeah,
That
but
dude
he's
led
not-
by example on the pitch, bro.
Yeah, he
He
definitely-
led absolutely
I agree.
by example.
Definitely-
Game after game after game after
He
game, bro.
definitely needs a shout out. But like what Ethan said, like it's over the whole season.
Yeah.
Taking the numbers and the performances. The Allison's obviously part of the spine, and he's the only player that did it. That
Yeah.
that represented
Fair.
that spine.
I
to
think
his-
there's a shout
to
for
the-
Allison as keeper of the season in general.
Yeah, maybe.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
I know he didn't get clean sheets, but in the
I haven't
context
watched the
in the
other
context of
keepers,
that
to be
Liverpool
honest.
team,
I think isn't he tied for second with clean sheets as well? There's a few goalkeepers that are all tied for
I know
second.
Pope's up there. I don't know if
Ramsdale's also there.
Ramsdale's there, and I think Alisson has a high amount of like actual
No,
saves.
He's 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking. I don't think.
Yeah,
Maybe- I think he's probably
Allison is second.
Second,
I
you see,
think out of the 1-on-1s, I think he's only been beaten like once.
I think
that I
Alisson
can
has a shot for
remember.
keeper of the season, dude.
Nah,
I think
he's
he's been. I think
Keeper and player, bro.
yeah.
So. Okay,
Keeper
not
and
player,
player.
because I mean, you obviously got your Haalands, your De Bruyne, but yeah, in terms of Liverpool, yeah, standard chart to give him the player of the season.
Now here's your big one because there were many. Who's your signing of the season?
It doesn't have not Liverpool or just
No, Liverpool.
No, give Liverpool's one now.
Liverpool. Nah, definitely.
I'm saying who's the definite? I kind of feel like everyone kind of performed at the same.
Yeah, look, obviously Cody comes in January, so it's not fair to
Judge.
Nah,
judge
fuck
him.
that, dude.
But I'm gonna say, look, I'm gonna give it to my I'm gonna give it to Cody. Yeah, he has to take
Nah.
it. Like he has. Yeah, I mean, look, Nunez. I'm not gonna say underperformed,
I
but
think he
we
did underperform
can
a
all
bit.
see there's a player there,
Yeah.
and it's gonna come. With Gakpo, when he got there, it also you came into a struggling side.
Yes.
It was like, fuck, I remember January was like, okay, we're gonna save our season by
Yeah,
we
yeah.
sign in January, and we've 2 points off fourth now. Well, we finished 2. So at the end of the day, it almost worked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it almost worked.
That
so
is
yeah,
true.
I'm gonna give. I'll say Gakpo. up
Nice.
there.
A moment of the season.
Moment of the season.
We
is-
know it's not the 7-0 apparently.
Yeah, fuck man, that's.
That was a huge moment,
Huge
Spots.
moment.
If you're just making fun of United, 7 up. Now you
I'm sorry, Ethan. It's over, Ethan. It's over.
No one, and that's the thing, bro. It's like, that's just for pure banter. But
Yeah.
when it comes to actually looking at shit, it actually means. Okay, I'm not gonna say it means nothing. It is push funny, but yeah, like I'd rather take a 0-0 and have a. Fuck, I'd rather have a shot at fourth. I'd rather just be in fourth.
Can't
bro.
even
Like,
be happy this
That's
season.
too much context, though. We just want the moment, Spons.
oh,
the
just
one,
a moment. It got fuck all to do with Liverpool. My moment of the season is the fucking Southampton game, bro.
Southampton,
And
Arsenal.
Just the fact that Arsenal came back, because I was literally watching there and I'm like, I
Respect.
felt so sorry for, like, not sorry for them. I just felt, I just predicted this. Everyone predicted this. Arsenal are going to drop off,
Yeah.
and here's the drop off. Like, no one is surprised by watching this. We
Yeah.
all watching this and we all predicted it's like it's like you're watching this thing unfold and you know it's happening.
Yeah.
And then somehow, I mean, the fans are leaving, all that shit, and they fucking pulled it. They
Yeah.
if they had to win it, what a
Huge.
fucking-
Yeah, if
but
they
like, it really showed me, like, I
Proper fight.
I got a massive respect for them after that. Like, it gave me the thought of like they have a chance.
Okay.
Because your city's this juggernaut, you have to be perfect. But if you have that in your locker somewhere, that can manifest into points, even when you're playing shit, even when everything's going against you. Just if you can calm down and just do what you need to do. And they couldn't do that in the previous games, previous seasons. But for them to do that there, sick Arsenal. So that's
Nice.
my moment of the season.
Respect.
No, that's good.
Moving on to Manchester United. You guys closed
Look
off the season with a very nervy win, yeah?
Yeah, it was a bit of a nervy win.
Very nervy
Wasn't
win.
it 4-1?
No, just
2-1.
that was the Chelsea
Chelsea,
game.
oh.
Yeah, so that was nice. Yeah, we did fucking dominate Chelsea, which is always nice. But then the Newcastle game was the Fulham game was a lot more sketchy because also Fulham scored first.
Yeah, you guys were trailing for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're trailing for a long while.
I remember seeing that and thinking, Jesus.
Yeah, literally Jesus.
Imagine they lose now.
Yeah, I
but
know.
I knew
Look-
you weren't gonna lose.
No, to be honest, I thought we were gonna lose because remember Casemiro then gives away a penalty.
Oh,
And we-
yes.
and we
then
all
the
That was
Gea-
very blatant though.
And we
No,
all know
that's
De
really
Gea's
blatant.
record
And
with
we all know
penalty
De Gea
saves.
is probably
That's
the
why that was
saved
so
it,
big.
yeah.
Yes, that's why that was so big.
We all know De Gea is
Ah,
probably
it's his
the
job. It's his
worst.
job.
It's
It's his job.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, I know if you keen and you are getting fucking upset because he is getting praised and it is his job, it's a huge moment.
It's
It's
his
a
job.
huge
It's a fucking
moment.
huge moment. You've won the Golden Glove. I think this is the. I saw some shit that I did see some shit though that Mitrovic did miss his 3 previous penalties before this one. Oh. So there was some hope, but obviously De Gea's a fucking dog shit penalty keeper. So I thought there was no hope. But yeah,
saved it?
De Gea does pull out a save.
It was a terrible penalty also. Eh?
Yeah, it wasn't
It
great.
wasn't like it was in the corner or anything.
And once the commentator said that thing about Mitrovic, I did have some hope. And then But this is De Gea's first penalty save in 9 years. Yeah.
Wow, that's actually hectic, bro.
That's how hectic is that? 9 years.
That's our Golden Glove.
That's our
winner,
Golden
y'all.
Glove winner.
That's moment of the season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No.
Yeah,
The
this
moment
is
of the season is me finding that out. That's
Yeah.
fucking sick.
Dude,
Okay.
9 years. So he's a world-renowned shit penalty goalkeeper. But
Holy.
yeah, and Sancho's played really well, which is nice to see. I know it's close to the last game of the season, but he played well enough for me to question maybe he should play in that FA Cup game, which is good because up until this point I would have said he shouldn't play in any game. So that's good. And then obviously Bruno Fernandes scores a nice goal. He has
Bro, fucking what's his name's assist?
Fred.
Yeah.
Yo, eh?
Beautiful.
I saw Fred's up for sale apparently.
I know. I think a lot of United players are for sale. I think United is just trying to hemorrhage cash at this point.
Fred
Hem-
to Everton, but I see it
Yeah.
coming.
Do you
But-
see the highest thing?
Yes,
Yeah.
he signed a new contract, so he's 100% staying. Ten Hag did do an interview.
I look. You can take this however you want. As a outside fan, I'm very happy that they are staying at United.
No, look, and as an inside fan, I'm very happy too. I loved it.
He's good, but he's not gonna.
My man won the Golden Glove
You
with
want
2
the
games
golden-
to spare,
You
bro.
want the Golden Glove? How can
You
you say
cannot
he's-
argue with that.
in a
2
team
games to spare for a team that wasn't even challenging for the league.
where we've had our 2 main defenders
Yeah.
injured for like the last 3 months of the season?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you competing against. If you want to compete against City,
Yes.
you're gonna need a better keeper.
Yes, for sure. I get that, but I also think the keeper is is the least of our issues right
Fair
now.
enough.
We need to score more fucking goals. That's the fucking issue.
You got Weghorst.
Yeah, bye Weghorst. I'm so glad this is the last game of the season, and
Well, as long as his contract.
it was just till the end of the season. He's not. Yeah, it was a loan deal. He's not coming back, Spons. He's not coming
gone.
back.
He's gone, bro.
And he had a chance to score in this game. Yeah, he had a very sitter, and he fucking missed
Oh,
it.
I saw a screenshot.
And he missed it. So
Yeah.
Can I say also, sorry, De Gea finished 7th for saves in the Premier League.
no,
this season.
he's a great
He
fucking
finished
goalkeeper.
7th with 101 saves. First was David Raya, 154 saves, bro. Brentford were facing shots this season.
No, they were. But yeah, De Gea is a great fucking goalkeeper. There's much bigger holes in this team than goalkeeper.
So where's your main concern?
Striker.
Goals. Striker.
Oh yeah, any day. I think
Yeah, obviously not, yeah.
Martial should go. So I think we need 2 strikers to be honest.
Oh, why don't you need to keep some of these players?
We do
surely?
need to, we definitely need to keep some of these players. The rumor is United has somewhere in the realm of a 200 mil budget.
250.
That's not a lot.
No, it's not a lot,
That's standard
and
now.
that's why I say United needs to hemorrhage players. We
And
need
Neymar?
we need to get rid of fuck Neymar. We need to get rid of Fred. We need to get rid of McTominay. We need to get rid
United
of
need
Maguire.
to not make any more Neymar signings.
But I
bro.
mean, how? I mean, Eric. I heard Eric said something about it.
Yeah.
So for him to address it means there's some.
I heard
but
Eric addressing Greenwood.
Yes, he
Did he?
did.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck.
so yeah, Eric Ten Hag in an interview, I think it was yesterday. He mentioned he does want to replace De Gea at some point. So he did mention he wants to sign another goalkeeper, but it's more like he wants De Gea to have competition.
Cap.
He currently has none,
Cap.
bro.
No, he
Cap.
currently has none.
He currently
No,
has
I mean,
Jack
none.
Butland.
I'm saying he's only saying that like to be PC. Like he needs a better keeper, and there isn't one available right now.
I
so
disagree.
so he's
I don't know.
keeping the.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I
And-
don't think the time to start talking about like, oh, I need to sell my keeper because he's not good enough is when he won
wins
the
the
Golden
Golden
Glove.
Glove,
I think he definitely believes I need to keep this level of consistency
Yes.
next season.
'Cause-
Because if he can win the Golden Glove when we finish 3rd,
Yeah.
imagine when we have a full team and we're pushing for the
But
league.
this is like the 3rd time he's won the Golden
No,
Glove.
it is.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
And there's not-
That
it's
means
not-
that
that
means
means-
that this is the 3rd time United have had a solid goalkeeper and they
Yeah.
lacked something up front. Because if you can have a goalkeeper that keeps that many clean sheets, that means those are games that you could have
The
won.
only difference I'll say is this season we had a solid back four
But
as
I'm
well.
not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying from a defensive perspective. I'm saying from an attacking perspective. He's not good enough, and we know in the modern game your keeper needs to be able to fucking
Nah,
put his
think-
foot on the
I
ball.
don't think
That's
you have
bullshit.
to. I think you
I think
can
that's
if you want
bullshit.
to, but
I'm
I
not-
think that there are
I'm not
still
saying that-
variations of football in
There
today.
is, but the ones that are winning
Yes.
consistently.
But the
Right
ones,
now
the ones that are
are
winning,
doing
the
that.
ones that are winning also have good fucking strikers.
Yeah.
Yes, but
And
I'm
I
just-
think that has more to do with goals than a good goalkeeper does.
I'm saying from okay. The only reason I'm saying was when we were challenging, we challenged, and it was only after we got Alisson and Van Dijk
Yeah.
that we changed, that we were transformed like I want to say more on attacking sense than defense. Yes, we showed up more because of Van Dijk, but from having him because he's there, we play better offensively.
Yes.
And I'm not referring to him just being able to pass the ball. I'm just saying other players can do their job because they can trust that man sweeping there. De Gea can't do that. We tries. So the other players got more anxiety around if when they is okay, it's not that you have an alternative, but like they can't do what City or Liverpool and even Brighton are doing.
I
because
get that, but
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's not going to stop the shots. That man's the best.
United
obviously.
kind of make up for that by having two centre backs who are great on the ball. Martinez and Varane are so good on the ball. And I could say the same thing about Luke Shaw this season. Luke Shaw this season has really fucking stapled himself as probably one of the best left backs
so
in the Premier
League. So you guys are gonna go
League.
about it a different way.
Because look, another example I'll give, is Fulham.
Could be wrong.
Bernd Leno is absolutely dog shit with the ball at his feet. That's why he was sold by Arsenal. And look at what happened with Fulham this season.
There we go. They were sold by Arsenal to get Ramsdale.
No, and because Arsenal just decided to go about a different style of football. Yes, I don't think that style of a keeper that is an inherent shot stopper, I don't think that means you can't challenge for anything.
Yeah,
Man United have beaten clubs that play the style that you're preaching. You know what I mean? So we've been beaten by clubs that don't play the style of football that we play.
But at the same time, you were doing that, and then the only time you challenged, well, not only time, but
the first time.
Do you think it's a coincidence that the first time you started challenging is when you actually went to a keeper that can play like that? That's not just a shot stopper?
Ramsdale's been at the club for like 3 seasons.
Yes, but I'm saying.
But what I think my only gripe against this style of play is that the more attention it gets, like you're saying, you view this as the way to play football right now, right? Mm-hmm. The more attention it gets, the more it's going to get picked apart, and the more someone's going to find a way to stop it.
Fair enough.
And once that happens, we've seen this enough seasons in a row now. We've seen enough upsets this season alone. Man City just lost to Brentford. I know Ethan's going to say they played the B team. But Man City lost. That style of football lost to Brentford style of football, which is, obviously, it is also a modern style of football, but it's not invincible.
It's not the end all be.
It's not invincible.
There's different ways of playing soccer, and I think Ten Hag does want to at some point get to that level, but I think he recognizes the team isn't at that level.
That's what I'm basically saying.
And to get to that level, I think
that's why I said
we need
it's more cost effective to perfect the current style right now.
That's also that's why I said it was cap. He's not saying that. He wants to get a keeper to challenge there. He's only saying it to keep his spirits up. He wants a better keeper. He can't get it right now. Look, so he's happy with the for now.
I think if I was at United, I wouldn't be in any hurry to transition the playing style just yet because of how good De Gea is and because of how good my two centre backs are.
Hypothetically, Edison or Alisson become available, they have fucked up situations.
United get neither because they're both rivals.
Hypothetically,
I will as a United fan, I will take either one. But I will still, at this moment in time, looking at this team, I will still not say we need a new goalkeeper.
Okay. Not yet.
It's a striker.
So we know Man United need a striker, which they unfortunately didn't have this season. Regardless of how many goals Rashford pulled in, the consistency just wasn't there.
Yeah.
But speaking of consistency, overall, how are we rating Man United season?
I think it was a good season, but I think it's more interesting to look at Ten Hag's season rather than the team's, because this is his first season in the club, and I do think for a manager who's never managed in the Premier League ever to have to deal with this much shit in your first season.
That's not fair.
Why is it not fair?
I didn't get to rate Klopp's season.
That's your own
We
fault.
didn't have a show. We didn't have a show in close first season, brother.
But I think that the between the fucking Ronaldo outshit, the Glazers outshit, the fucking...
I mean, he was always going to have a lot to deal with, but he handled it well.
He had a fuck ton to deal with. Is it like that?
I would even say the Harry Maguire shit was drama.
The Maguire shit too, it's still going on.
That's a lot to deal with.
And I think too, especially like with the Ronaldo thing...
Plus, he didn't start well, eh? Wasn't it like 4-0?
He started United's first games.
Poorly. I remember feeling bad for this man in interviews.
We lost 4-0. Yeah, we lost 4-0 and then we lost 2-0.
Nah, see, he's had a lot on his plate.
He has had a lot on his plate. And also inheriting a shit fucking United squad, that's tough. And then, so considering all that, I think Ten Hag has done really fucking well.
Yeah, he's won a trophy.
I'm still pissed that he's not on the short list for the manager of the season, considering he is now a top 3 in the league manager.
That's shocking.
That's literally where United finished.
And he won the first trophy of the season.
Carabao Cup and still FA Cup final. That's huge. United haven't won a trophy in like 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
So
he ended that drought, bro.
Yeah, no, that's huge. And then also, we're in the Champions League now. That's huge. So
A
considering
lot went well. A lot
yeah,
went
I'm
right.
giving Ten Hag a fucking like 8, 9 out of 10, bro. Honestly.
I think that's fair. He overachieved.
He
for
overachieved
sure.
big
And like
time.
I know it's funny because a few weeks ago I had said that my expectations for United this season were way higher.
Mm-hmm.
But I did tell you that once the season got into it and context became a fucking thing, I realized now, look, I probably did over expect, and in the end, I do genuinely believe that Man United overachieved. But I
think so
didn't
too.
see them sneaking in. I thought that if anything, Spurs weren't gonna bottle top 4
So bad,
like
yeah.
that. I thought
And
it would be
Liverpool.
Newcastle and the Spurs getting into the top 4.
Yeah.
But now United, they fucking stuck it out, bruh. And
Yeah.
Ten Hag even had to show a lot of what's the
fair
word?
enough.
Innovation with regards to selections and tactics because of injuries.
No, he did this. You can looking at the way he managed the Netherlands and shit. This is counter-attacking soccer isn't his style, and unfortunately, it's pretty much the only way United
And
can
also
play
the
right now.
balls to fucking sign Martinez and play him, bro.
Yeah,
and,
after-
and to prove everyone wrong.
A lot of
Again, though,
people doubted.
same thing with Anthony.
Not
He-
everyone.
Same thing with Anthony. He managed both of these players in
Nah,
the
fuck
past.
Anthony.
So he
He
knew
knew
the-
what he
No,
knew
but-
how to
yeah.
work
no,
with
no, no,
them.
okay.
He knew how
I'm
to
gonna
work
stop
with
you
them.
there. The Martinez. Oh, wait.
And
Anthony didn't work. Anthony didn't work. And
Come
it
on,
didn't
Sports.
fucking
Give
work
him
at all.
time. It's one season.
Yeah, it wasn't
there we
a
go.
good
Say
one,
that
though.
part.
Okay.
Say that
It wasn't a
don't
good
throw
season.
him in the same book or the same boat as
But I will
the
also say,
Alessandro Martinez
Yeah.
signing worked. The Anthony signing has not worked yet.
no, look, I will
I
say,
still think Anthony's our base right winger. Who else
nah,
are you gonna put there?
I will say that if Anthony cost 40 mil, you would have said it was a decent
Yes,
first season.
fair enough.
But
How many goals
because
did
he,
score?
I think 3 or 4.
yeah,
Did you start of the season or in January?
No, I don't think he came at the start. Did he? He came
he
when.
definitely didn't start
No,
playing
he
when you
didn't.
got him.
Yeah, he
was,
came in January,
was
he came in
integrated in slowly.
yeah, he was led in slowly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But if he had cost the
Oh, no, so
price
he didn't come in
tag,
January.
the
No,
price tag, the price
I
tag.
don't think he did.
No.
And he got 3 goals.
Yeah, I think you got 3-4 goals.
Yeah, but also again, new league, new language, new country,
No, knew a lot of things. And I think
and that price tag, bro.
The
He
price
seems
tag-
like a motherfucker that has an ego big enough to like play with that price tag in mind.
I think Anthony's been good. I know. Considering the price tag, people are going to give him abuse, but I think he honestly works the hardest out of our front three. No matter who you put in that
Fair
front
enough. You
three,
can't really question his work.
I think he works the hardest because a lot of the time he even goes back on defense, and I think he's one of the few wingers, especially on our team, that do that. Because on the other side you got Sancho,
Rancho.
and I was-
Rancho. That's
Rancho-
a cool one.
That's a good one. Yeah. Rancho, Rashford, and Sancho. I'm
Who's
gonna
your
I'm gonna
favourite
call
player?
them Rancho.
Out of them.
Out of
Okay,
the-
let me rather ask this. Would you prefer Rancho or Anthony? Okay, I'm not going to say Rancho. Rashford or Anthony?
I
don't
still
know you
prefer
fucking-
Sancho.
no,
I will
you
tell
don't.
you now already. I prefer Sancho.
still prefer
bruh.
Sancho?
But maybe it's just
No,
because
no,
I
no,
this
no.
is the English
No,
factor.
fuck Sancho.
Rashford.
Rashford or Anthony? Would you prefer? It's kind of pointless question, but
It is kind of a pointless question because I think there's only one answer,
yeah, fair enough.
and that's why I'm going to give the opposite answer.
Sergio Busquets.
I think fuck that. I think Anthony is more vital to the team than Rashford is.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like the
I said
controversy.
it.
But
Yeah, I
all
said
your
it.
goals came from Rashford.
Yes, all fucking 15 of them. That's
They
not that
all
many.
came from
That's
Rashford.
not that fucking many. I think if Anthony,
But without those 15
17
goals,
guys.
United don't make this Champions League.
fair enough, but also
17.
without those 17 goals, if we had someone who was a bit less selfish, we could have a lot more.
Maybe. But I think the thing
He's a winger. He's not a fucking striker.
And he's not like Bruno, where it's like Bruno can
No,
afford to be selfish because
exactly.
he delivers. Like,
So all in all, Anthony over Rashford, Eric Ten Hag, great season, but should get more accolades.
Yes.
And what is your predictions for next year? Where do you see yourselves going from here?
well, I just want to also, before we go there, is so Anthony, I'm assuming, is your signing of the season.
Yeah.
No, Casemiro
What?
is.
Okay.
Casemiro is.
What
nice.
about Martinez?
Martinez?
That injury
huge-
didn't help him.
That injury didn't help, but neither did the red cards for Casemiro. But I can argue that the
No, but
red,
that's
the
bad
red
passports.
cards
Red cards
were
were bullshit.
They
Those
were
are checking
bullshit.
passports,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So
It's a
I-
Junior vibe.
I will say, like, even judging by the stats, this guy, I think he is our only midfielder.
He absolutely
There's
surprised me
there's
this
been-
season.
I think he's
34?
like, yeah, like 30 something.
Yeah,
There's
got a couple of years left.
there's been many a game where he has been the only fucking midfielder we've had on the pitch, dude.
And he's found some goals
Because-
towards the end of the season.
Did he
eh?
perform
Oh,
this
yes.
well in Madrid?
Yeah, he was.
Oh,
He's,
at
no, he's
Madrid,
world
he
No,
class.
was fucking-
I'm not saying. I'm saying, was his influence on the game as impactful?
Probably
or
not.
because-
I know he
because of those
didn't-
other
Very
players?
different style of football.
I know
there
he
also.
didn't score as many goals.
Yeah, I know. Now I remember him
Yeah.
playing at Madrid and being a beast. But I mean, like this impact on the team.
I think he has a different role though. I
He
think
probably also got shadowed when you've got Modric.
Yeah.
yeah, he's
Fair
a
enough.
lot bigger at United. especially looking at that midfield. Eriksen,
It's part of that spine.
I like Eriksen, but he's old and he's not physical enough.
His time's done.
I think his time's done too. I think Eriksen is good when we have a nice, easy home game, but I think any big away game like this FA Cup game coming up, I think we should put Fred in there.
Maybe Edison should go to Brighton, eh?
That would actually
Maybe
that wouldn't be
McAllister.
too bad. That wouldn't be too bad. But the big rumor is we're still getting Mason Mount. So he at some point, if we get
You
him,
think you're guaranteed to get him?
I don't think we
Look,
guaranteed.
I've heard that man wants 350k a week. You think he's worth it?
No, but I think United will be dumb enough to give him that much
No,
money.
they're not. I don't think
We're
United
giving,
operate
we're giving
like that
Anthony
anymore.
like 200k.
No, they do. They do.
We are giving Anthony 200k a week. And he came from the Dutch league where he was making like 50k.
Yeah, he was making under 100.
So I think United is dumb enough to give
No,
him
but
that
you
much
see, they
money.
look what they pay the other players, so that must be relevant. That's why.
No, but I
How
look
many
at-
players are you?
I think
How many of
Arsenal-
your players are like over 150
There's a
grand?
lot.
I think
There's a
Arsenal
lot.
have shown that you can break that mold. Look, up until
No,
Saka's
Liverpool
new
don't-
contract.
we don't pay-
Liverpool,
we
yeah,
pay our-
Liverpool, for
we
Liverpool,
pay them
you all
football.
have like a cap straight up. You're like, listen, no one.
I mean,
Salah was the first to break
this
that.
is unprecedented with Salah.
United is terrible with money. So I think when it comes to wages or anything, I don't think anything is out of the question. 300k for Mount, we're paying 300k for fucking Sancho right now. I don't
Just
think.
because you do it with other players doesn't mean you should.
No, obviously it doesn't mean we should, but it doesn't mean we'll stop either. I think we'll
Yeah.
keep
I
doing
think
it.
you have
Nah,
to.
the
I don't
wage-
think
the
you
wage
have the
structure
money
in
to-
the league is bad,
As the
bro.
shake, as the shake. As
Not yet.
Not
Nothing's
yet.
confirmed yet. The Glazers
It'll
thing is
probably
still up
happen
in
after
the air.
the FA Cup final.
But that's why hopefully United can get rid of a lot of fucking baggage this season.
It's actually gonna be fun. We will actually probably do some videos where we're gonna break down transfer windows and what clubs can sell who and who should buy who and whatnot.
But yeah, I think signing of the season it has to
Casemiro.
be Casemiro.
Player of the season as well.
Yeah, it has to be Casemiro.
Now, player of the season, I'm gonna say like I kind of feel like
I'll
even
say
though
I'll
Martinez
say
or
Bru-
De Gea,
I'll
even.
I'll say Bruno Fernandes rather.
Oh,
Player of
because you
the
signed
season?
him again. Okay. What?
But
Who?
Bruno.
Player of the season, Bruno
Oh,
Fernandes.
okay.
I think he's been so vital to that team. I think he's been just as vital as Casemiro,
Yeah.
where if we don't have him on the team, then he's just nothing.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I will say Bruno is right up there. And then for moments of the season, this is tough. I don't think United have had that many moments, to be fair, which is why.
Barcelona.
Yes, that's true.
When you win the FA Cup.
That's not it. Which is why my moment is still to come.
That's the fucking spirit. When you ended Man City's hopes of a treble.
Of a treble, and we get a fucking another trophy in this cabinet. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be so fucking tough.
Yeah.
But I think United does have a chance.
No?
Yeah,
I think so as well. I do think so.
I don't-
Especially-
you have
think
a
it's-
chance, but I think you're going to climb that.
City
limbo
have
steps
been
and
able to
collect the
rest some
silver
players.
medal, boy.
City have been able to rest some players. Just final thing on United, were you surprised by the lineup in the final game, considering the FA Cup game coming up? Because you had already guaranteed Champions League football before this. It was just whether
Yeah.
or not you get third or fourth, isn't it?
And look, we
Money,
did,
bro.
we didn't.
No, yeah, fair enough.
We didn't play like we played Maguire, so there was like some positions where we didn't start like the big names. But yeah, we did play a pretty solid team, and I mean, looking at the way the game went, like we kind of had to, or else we would have lost that.
Yeah, that's true.
So I personally wouldn't have done that, but I guess Ten Hag wanted to end the season on a
Yeah.
win, which I can't argue with that. And I think there is enough time to rest players, and
Yeah.
no one did get injured. So I think it's a win-win, and I think going into that FA Cup,
Predictions? If it goes down to penalties, you're fucked.
we fucked. No, I think United will get a fucking 2-1 win.
Damn.
That's a very good.
I know.
Stand by.
I think City are doing the treble. I'm
Yeah, I
saying
also think
3-1. 3-1 City.
But look, good season for United overall. I can't argue.
Yeah, fair enough. From one manager who won a trophy in his first season in English football to another one, Mikel Arteta at Arsenal. I'm just bringing it back to when he won the FA Cup within his first 6 months of management.
What did you win this season?
Great achievement.
What he
They
won this season
won-
is the hearts and minds of the fans.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
And
Like
that's,
Sponzi says,
bro,
maybe the
that's-
real trophy was the friends we made along the
that's
way.
priceless, bro. Like you can't put a price
Nah,
on it.
I still think that this season, far cry from a bottle. I don't think that we bottled. We finished with 5 points behind Man
Like
City now.
we can watch the all or nothing now and not feel cringe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like when he gives these passionate team talks, and you're like, bro, but you so fucking. But now, okay, now
Now the light bulb makes sense.
How
makes
do you
sense.
think you get here, brother?
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
start there.
Yeah,
boss.
yeah. Okay,
But
cool.
yeah, I think I think we had a hell of a season.
Yeah.
Absolutely overachieved. I'm giving us a solid 8 out of 10. I'm saying it here now. Solid 8 out of 10.
How many
Man,
points?
unfortunate.
How many points in on?
We've ended on 84, I think. We're 5 points behind Man City.
Oh,
I think City ended on 89.
Look, at least it didn't get to the point of like, I mean, some people are like, it looks like City might end up winning this league with 10 points or something like that. At least it didn't get there.
No, I'm just
Well,
annoyed because remember when we did our predictions, and I know Ethan's in a cool context.
I'm about to. I'm literally
But
about to. do it
I was
right now.
gonna say, like, when we predicted, I said the 2 games City
Beat
are
him.
absolutely
Oh,
gonna drop points in is Brighton and Brentford, and those are the 2 games that they absolutely drop points in.
Because
But if Arsenal
But
had
they
done
won
their
the
job,
But
then
they had won the league by
exactly.
then.
Yes,
That's what I'm
exactly.
saying. If Arsenal had done
That's
their
why the
job, then
context
come
matters.
those games, Man City would have fielded a much stronger team. Yep, the cat has exited the building.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
But yeah, look, I still think credit to the players, credit to Arteta because we pushed the City team
Nah, fair enough.
for
I
a
just
massive
hope.
part
I
of the
just
season.
hope for your sake that it's not a one-off one.
I don't think so.
Not-
I
not in
think,
the sense
I
of
think
a-
next season we're gonna be better. I think next season we're
yeah.
better. Next season we don't lose those games that we lost. Next season we don't draw those games we drew.
speaking of next season, though, probably no Xhaka. And he scored.
No, definitely
He
no
scored
Xhaka,
twice
bro.
in this last
Very-
game of
he
the
should
season.
have got a hat trick.
Should have got a
He
hat
should
trick.
have got the hat trick, but
How
what
do
a
you
poetic way
feel
to go
about
out.
Xhaka out now?
I think that man is gonna go down as an Emirates legend, not an Arsenal legend, just an Emirates legend. Because
I'm sorry. Look, I understand why you're saying it. I'm just saying it. It is funny that you are saying it. Just understand.
I like Xhaka.
I guess, yeah, I
like
guess
that.
funny because again from your Liverpool, you didn't win anything.
Yeah.
As a player and as a fucking just as a character and a personality at the pitch, that man is absolutely an Emirates legend
fair
because that man has defied all odds. Every manager that came
I mean,
in,
when he walked down that tunnel taking his top off,
You
I
thought it was done.
bruh. Like,
every single manager that's come to Arsenal, Xhaka has been one of the
that's
first
the
names on the team
that's the
sheet.
comeback of the century.
Yeah, bro. The fans were done with him, brother. And now there are fans who they were singing
Yeah.
his name when you left. And rightfully so. Because
out.
I absolutely think that he's in for a shout for our player of the season after the
Yeah.
season that he's had.
There's a lot of players in that Arsenal team now.
But yeah, I think Xhaka's, what he leaves behind is monumental. But the last 2 seasons were a different breed. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate that we're not going to see him play for Arsenal in the Champions League, which is what he was bought to get us back to.
Yeah.
But now, fair play to him. I think Arteta wanted to keep him as well, but he wanted to
Does he want
challenge
a spot?
himself.
Where is he?
I think it's Leverkusen.
The rumors behind Leverkusen.
Leverkusen that is linked to, which is bizarre because they're not even. I think they're in the Conference
That's
League.
so bizarre.
Like
Fuck
he said,
me.
he wants a new challenge.
Like,
I don't know.
I know you want a challenge, but dude.
but you just got to the Champions League,
yeah,
bro.
what is Jesus Christ?
But yeah, I think he deserves the
strange
right
character,
to make
that
the
man.
decision. You know what I mean? He deserves that. I think also it's probably a very family-driven decision. You know,
Maybe.
they used
Probably,
to stay.
yeah, yeah.
I think he probably still has family that live in Germany and
Okay,
shit. So
yeah,
he
that
was
makes
like,
a
might
lot.
as well. He's getting to that age now. But yeah, man, it was awesome to see him get 2 goals in his last game. There were some good goals in that game, bruh. I mean, we beat Wolves 5-0. Jesus got a nice header. Trossard with another assist. Like Saka's goal. Oh my lord, bro. That's a goal of the month contender. I don't think it's gonna win because obviously that homie's goal for Brighton against Man City was just but yeah, it was a good way to go out and a good way to close off for the most part a good season.
No, not the most part.
for the
No, for the most part, we were top of the table 200
There is a
odd
good,
days.
no, there's no doubt about it. There's no for the most part. It's the good season.
Oh, it's just
Done.
a good
Klaar,
season.
There's
No, yeah, but
underachieve. There's disappointment.
There's a little bit.
yes,
yeah.
yes.
But
Because
that's
the reason I say for the most part is just because
But the fact
I
that there is
can't.
disappointment means progress.
Yeah. And I can't fault the team for dropping points. You know what I mean? When they did. But the disappointment is just in a sense of you kind of knew that the players themselves even knew we should have won this for those games. You know what I mean? So that's where the disappointment is. But I will say, like you had brought up for your moment of the season in the Southampton game, all those moments where the team kind of showed that fight to just pull it back. You know what I mean? Last season, when we have one bad result, there's a chain.
Yes,
There's a domino
that's why,
effect.
I mean, when at that first Crystal Palace game, I think it was, when I remember watching it was like first game of the season. I remember thinking, last year's Arsenal lose this game.
Yeah,
But
that's
the-
where it started,
and-
bro.
and
And I
yeah.
mean, we did have some bad runs, obviously, but last season those bad runs are like 3 losses in a row.
Yeah,
This season it's like
And
1
also
win and 2
those
draws.
bad runs correlated with losing your main centre back,
Yeah, bro.
which is real. I think
Who is honestly like a
That's your
player
signing
of the season?
Player
Yeah.
signing?
Well, yeah, he's not signing. He signed last season.
season.
This
Oh,
was just
fuck.
the first season that he played. So he's like a new signing.
Dude, no, you proved how vital he is.
But,
to the Arsenal
he's
team,
top
dude.
No, yeah, it's crazy, and we did have some huge moments. After the Man United loss, we ended up going on a 13-game unbeaten run, And in that run, that's when we did a double on Spurs and we beat Chelsea. So there were some big games
That is
there.
title-winning form.
Big
Apparently
games
not.
there.
Challenging, title challenging.
And that United game again, going back to the fight, that game, I think, woke something up in the players. After that goal was disallowed with Martinelli's, and we ended up losing 3-1, bro. Those players were pissed. And then we ended up fucking just letting loose, bro. And I think that was obviously, a lot of that was like
So
the,
wait, it's
the
five.
pre-World
The gap
Cup.
is 5 points. If they got the VAR decision
Mm-hmm.
by Brighton, it would have been 2 points.
2 points.
And the Brentford one, which they also admitted was wrong.
So you would have had.
No, I'm not playing woulda, coulda, shoulda. Even
Nah, man,
without those
I'm-
decisions, we still had it in our hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
But
yeah.
no,
And also, it was a City B team. We got to remember it's the B team they played. They
Is
would.
that- is
They
that a Brummy
wouldn't.
accent?
They,
Which
I don't
one
know
is
who
it?
that was, but they wouldn't. They wouldn't have played this team if Arsenal was still fighting for it. City,
Yes,
City
yes.
would have run through these last.
That's what I'm
two
saying.
games.
I'm not playing woulda, coulda, shoulda.
But
Even if VAR had given us those decisions, we still had that advantage.
Yeah.
And our players were there. We were missing 1 or 2 key players. That is unfortunate. But the teams that we fielded for the most part were still good enough to
No,
get the
they-
results.
yeah, they
we
were
So
needed.
you
still
go
fucking
again? You
good
say
teams.
next
Yeah,
season?
we go again. Next season we're gonna strengthen, bro. All the talk is obviously around Rice, Caicedo, and all this
I
shit.
saw Rice about something.
Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Yeah, the talk with Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's also talk of Tuchel's leaving Bayern. Don't believe the hype, brother. I'm only believing shit once players have taken pictures with the
Fabio.
minutes. Brother,
Fabrizio.
not even Fabrizio's even gotten it wrong before, bro. That man's not immune to getting misinformation.
Oh,
He's only
shit.
human. You know what I
I
mean?
never knew. I thought he was.
No, it's very
full-on
rare.
He
conclusion.
says it, it's
Yeah, when
fucking
it's
script.
It's very rare, but like there have been moments. But that's what I'm saying.
Here
I
we
would
go.
rather than get my hype up. That man made me think Arsenal was signing Mudryk. Thank you very much. He made the world think that Arsenal was signing Mudryk.
Well, yeah,
bro.
I think Mudryk thought Arsenal.
I
Do you
was
know what I
winning,
mean?
yeah.
So I think next season we go again. We had some mega performances. How many players this season end with double digits in goals? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't have a Haaland, but we've got 4 players that can make up one. Like, job, bruh. And yeah, like the best game of the season for me was the win against United. I know that there were more emotional performances and wins this season, but to see Arsenal beat United, especially after they'd beaten us earlier in the season, it just felt like justice. You know what I mean? It was like, come on. And the fact that it was 2-2 and we needed that third goal and it came so late in the game, bruh. And it was Eddie and Ketia pulling it off. Like, that was obviously when we were like, shit, bro, Eddie. We
Yeah.
need you to really, you know. And he does it in style, dog. I think that was huge.
There was
I think
also what
a
was that
huge
game? I think was it the Reece Nelson? What game
Yes,
was that when he
that
scored
was
that
that
last-
was that was the Bournemouth game.
That was a fuck.
Now that for me, that was the moment of the season.
Okay.
That was absolutely the moment of the season.
Home, bro.
That was Bournemouth, yeah. And I mean the way the players
I mean,
collapsed
he-
after that goal
he's a
went in,
home-
bro.
He's a home.
Yeah, he's
crowd
hail
guy.
in, brother.
Yeah,
Hail
yeah.
in. That was the moment of the season for me, absolutely. And then player of the season, obviously there's a lot to choose from.
I think Arsenal had a lot of
I
good
think
options there.
Ethan will probably go with Odegaard, but for me it was Saka. Saka ended the season with 14 goals and 11 assists. He got the Premier League Player of the Month award
Was
once.
he injured at all? Did he miss
Saka.
any games?
Nope.
No,
Fucking
I think I
He
saw.
played every single game for us. He's
I
played
know.
every single game for us since going back to like last season.
I was gonna say,
already.
I think I saw a stat that that Saka has played every single game in
Yeah.
the last 2
Nah,
seasons.
fucking
Yeah.
sick.
It's insane. That's why we need quality. We need to rotate him well. You know, Trossard is a big help. But yeah, and he was also back to back. Not back to back. Sorry, I'm going on to Granit Xhaka. Yeah, Granit Xhaka was my backup. He was my runner up. That man was back to back Player of the Month awards for Arsenal. And then Martin Odegaard was also there with a shout for me. 13 goals, 1 assist. Not 1 assist, 7
From
assists.
midfield, bro.
13
Yeah,
goals,
no,
7 assists.
Odegaard-
And that's just in the league.
Odegaard is.
Wait, how many
15 goals. 15 goals, 7 assists.
midfield?
From
yeah,
midfield.
he's like on
Holy
par.
shit.
He's on par with like
Holy
a
shit. Is that just
handful
in
of
the
other
league?
midfielders.
That's just the Premier League.
Holy
15
fucking
goals,
shit.
7
Nah,
assists.
Odegaard.
And his
Whoa.
first season as captain, his first season with the armband. That's why I think he really is into the shout. But Xhaka, for me, I'm just giving him the runner up more for, you know, I mean, it's Granit, but his final season with us and he
who's
fucking
your-
did it
so
like
who's your
that.
signing? Jorginho
Signing
or
of the
Trossard?
season, honestly, I think Trossard deserves a shout. The man finished like 3rd, I think, for assists in the season, in the league for the season. But I'm going to give it to Zinchenko. I'm going to give it to Zinchenko. And I think if Gabriel Jesus wasn't injured, he probably would have been in more of the shout.
Nah, look,
But I'm
Zinchenko
giving
did-
it to
he's a player.
Zinchenko,
Did
bruh.
you
I
sign him
mean-
this season?
yeah.
The fact that man came in and literally changed our entire style of football.
It's just unfortunate he had a fall off at the end.
His
of the
dip
season.
is the only thing that. But I mean, again, this is another guy that also had back-to-back Player of the Month awards for Arsenal. But like, there was a solid run where this man was undroppable, unplayable. I'm pretty sure Sponzi will remember when he absolutely cooked Alexander Arnold
Yeah.
in the first when we beat Liverpool. But
Yeah.
he had huge moments.
It's
First
so-
season
I
at
remember
Arsenal.
when Trent
Unfortunate
cooked him
to drop-
back.
Yeah, when Trent.
Yeah, when Trent cooked him back for sure. But like,
Nah,
I like
they cooked each other. It's just Trent
I think I
Trent
just-
didn't cry after the game.
He
bro.
didn't. I think the drop off was too hard, bro. That's
My
why.
God.
That's why I
this
give
man
it to,
just despises human emotion, bro.
That's why I give it to Trossard. The Zinchenko drop off was just too hard.
Trossard for me is just a matter of he joined later.
He did join later.
joined
but that's why I
later.
think it's
Zinchenko
that's why
was
it's more
there.
impressive that he did what he did.
Zinchenko
though.
impressed. Remember when Zinchenko came into the team, he came to us straight from his wherever they were after the World Cup. He didn't even have a vacation. He came straight to Arsenal for preseason. He played in the Chelsea game in the preseason. That's why everyone was like, "How is this dude playing already? He hasn't
straight
trained
from
with
the
this
front
team."
line, bro.
He came straight from the preseason. First game in Arsenal kit was against Chelsea, and we destroyed Chelsea
Look,
that day.
He definitely had a massive impact.
He
on
literally
the team.
from day. Kieran Tierney was one of the first names on the team sheet. That man made Tierney a fucking memory
I was
for most
just
of the
from
season.
from my 2 cents. I was just a bit disappointed on how to the extent that impact went. Like
The
obviously
drop
play-
off was bad.
not really talking about the drop off. Like him playing and improving the side was great. The him buying into the
You didn't
the
like that.
atmosphere.
You didn't like that he got so emotional about it.
I didn't
you didn't
like-
like the emotional attachment.
not for that. No, I mean the fact that he bought into it so much. It's
Yeah.
great to see because obviously he's loving it. But I was thinking of a player like him that has won it already. I was hoping that he maybe didn't do that so that maybe you guys give him a bit of a chance. I don't know. Like a lot of the old heads that have been there, have done it, have played the game and have won the trophies. They saying if you want to nitpick those sort of things, don't help. You don't see Man City players doing that.
No,
you
you
don't
don't.
see.
But Man City also
they
don't have the
that
fan
reason-
base
yes,
to do
they don't
that.
have that reason to do it, but maybe that helps them.
Look at how Liverpool players go on when they do their parades and shit. I'm pretty sure Liverpool players have a fantastic
parades,
relationship with fans and in the
after
streets and
you've
shit,
won
bro.
the shit, bro. Like the most we do is that whole. Why I'm saying is because I remember when we started doing it, they instantly shut us down. Like Klopp getting the players to hold hands and then doing the fucking
Yes.
with a draw against West Brom. It was important. It was passionate because we came back. It was a great performance, but they were like, nah, don't. And
I think that's all. That celebration police.
yeah,
again,
I'm just saying what the old head's saying. I feel I have a point. I was just a bit. I would have liked to have seen if he maybe didn't do that. Maybe his drop off wouldn't been so bad because maybe he got wind of that stuff and thought maybe I shouldn't have gone on like that. And maybe started trying too hard. I don't know.
it's all
Keen to see-
mentality.
Keen
Yeah.
to see him next season. bro.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I think that energy is particularly why he's my player of the season. But I think he believed more than anyone. Every interview
Yeah.
of his since he joined was him telling the Arsenal players since day one, we're winning the fucking league this season. And he said every week people still didn't believe him. And every week he would tell them, do you believe now? Do you believe now? Do you believe? That man, he was a fucking force behind this Arsenal resurgence. And I'll call it the resurgence because we were not expected to challenge for the title
Yeah,
this
fair
season.
enough.
We wouldn't.
It's it all happened pretty quickly actually.
No, it did happen. Very
But I'll
fast.
say again, I think if Jesus didn't get that injury, and if Trossard had joined earlier, then I think that I think Trossard is phenomenal. He'll play a huge part for us
Trossard's
next
huge,
season.
dude.
Next season, he'll
Holy
play a
moly.
huge part for us. But yeah, man, there's a lot to look
We'll
forward
still
to.
review the season.
And yeah,
in
then
general.
I guess that will be next week's episode. We will have a
We are gonna
team of the
review
season, manager of the season,
All
season
that
review,
shit.
all of that.
Flop of the season.
Yeah.
Pushkas goal.
Yeah. You also you
Just
can't
goal
say
of the
that's one.
season, yeah. We're gonna we start looking back on all the goals from this season. Fuck me, there's a lot of goals this season. I actually want to check out how many goals were scored this season and
Manager
how
interview
it,
of the season, press conference.
interview.
Yeah,
Consti
yeah,
wins
there's
the
a lot.
interview
Oh,
of the season.
It
That's
went
my
from
moment.
bad- the situation went to become bad to worse.
Nah, that was.
Very
Look,
racist,
it's
that's
been
why
a ride.
Italian accent.
It's been a fucking
It's
ride.
been a ride, and next season is gonna be another doozy. Thank you guys for sticking out the season with us. I think this is the most consistent we've been since the show started.
You heard it here first.
You know, and long may it continue. I wonder why. Thank you, Ethan, for joining us. This was his first time on the show.
Yeah.
Will you be back with us next season, Ethan, or are you on to bigger and better things?
Well, yeah, I've gotten a couple offers. So you might see me on the United stand at some point.
Oh,
damn, no. Just telling Goldbridge that the year is worth staying.
I do have 2 United shirts now. So, you
Two?
know, I
Yeah,
I
we
bought
should
the home
actually.
kit.
I think on the next
next
episode we'll
week,
probably
so-
get into some kits also.
Nah, it's too cold.
Yeah, so fucking cold.
And I don't like it when the man wear hoodies and then they put the top
I
over
also
it.
don't like that. I get it.
I get it, but
No.
nah.
No, but look, it's been a fun one, and of course this is the podcast that
Never sleeps.
you heard it here first. Ronaldo back to Newcastle.
It's good to have you back, Spongy.
It's happening.
Thank you guys for liking. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. And yeah, we will catch you.
99% of our subscribers
No,
are...
no, it's 100. It's 100%.
Oh, 100. Okay.
It's 100%. Thanks, boys. We'll see you on the next one.